see you again. Welcome to my channel No Social Science. In previous video, Advent of Europeans Part 1, we saw the sources of modern India. If you have not seen my last video, link is given below in my description box. Kindly refer. Now we are going to continue with the Advent of Europeans. The objective of this lesson is to understand the Portuguese trade interest in India, to understand the impact of Portuguese and the Dutch presence in India, to know the colonial settlement of Denmark, to know the arrival and settlement of English and French East India companies. Synopsis. Introduction. Portugal. Under Portugal we have Vasco da Gama, Francisco de Almeida, Alfonso de Albuquerque, Nino de Cunha, Dutch, British, Danish, French, and last conclusion. After the downfall of the mighty Roman Empire, the Constantinople came under the control of Ottoman Turks in 1453 AD. It is the only land route between India and Europe. It was closed by the Turks. The Europeans were forced to find out new sea route to the east. In this map, we can see how Europeans came to India by the sea route. It was discovered by Vasco da Gama. Portugal. Among us, the entire European nation, Portugal was the pioneer to find out the new sea route to India. Prince Henry, who was commonly known as Navigator, he started the school of navigation and he encouraged his countrymen to take up the adventurous life of exploring the unknown regions of the world. Bartolomé Dias, a Portuguese sailor, reached the southernmost tip of Africa, the first European setting up the route from Europe to Asia. He was the first European during the age of discovery. Vasco da Gama, another Portuguese sailor, reached India in 1498 AD at Calicut, where he was warmly welcomed by the King Zomarine. The second Portuguese navigator, Pedro Alvares Cabral, sailed towards India following the route discovered by Vasco da Gama. On his arrival at Calicut, there arose a conflict between the Portuguese and the King Zomarine. Vasco da Gama came to India for the second time in 1501 and established the trading center at Kannanur, Calicut and Cochin. The third voyage of Vasco da Gama was in 1524. He soon fell ill and in December 1524 he died in Cochin. Francisco de Almeida. In 1505, Francisco de Almeida was sent as the first governor for the Portuguese possession in India. Almeida had the aim of developing the naval power of the Portuguese in India. His policy was known as the Blue Water Policy. Children, what is the Blue Water Policy? The Blue Water Policy is attributed to Don Francisco de Almeida, the first viceroy of Portuguese possession in India. His Blue Water Policy was to be powerful at the sea instead of building fortresses on Indian land, as they wanted to have a control over the Indian Ocean. As Portuguese tried to break the Arabs' monopoly on Indian Ocean trade, it negatively impacted on the trade interests of Egypt and Turkey. Sultans of Bijapur and Gujarat were also apprehensive of the expansion of the Portuguese control of, which led to an alliance between Egypt, Turkey and Gujarat against the Portuguese invaders. Almeida defeated the combined Muslim fleet in a naval battle near Diu, and by the year 1509, Portuguese claimed the naval supremacy in Asia. Alfonso de Albuquerque, the real founder of Portuguese power in India, was Alfonso de Albuquerque. He captured Goa from the Sultan of Bijapur in November 1510. In 1515, he established a Portuguese authority over Hormuz in Persian Gulf. He encouraged the marriages of the Portuguese with Indian women. He maintained friendly relations with Vijayanagara Empire. Nino de Cunha moved capital from Cochin to Goa in 1530. In 1534, he acquired basin from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. In 1537, the Portuguese occupied Diu. Later, they wrested Daman from the local chief of Gujarat. In 1548, they occupied Salsette. Thus, during the 16th century, Portuguese succeeded in capturing Goa, Daman, Diu, Salsette, Basin, Chauhar, and Bombay on the western coast, Hooghly on the Bengal coast, and St. Thomas on Madras coast, and enjoyed good trade benefits. The Portuguese brought the cultivation of tobacco to India. The printing press was set up by the Portuguese at Goa in 1556. By 1739, the Portuguese pockets become confined to Goa, Diu, and Daman. Next, the Dutch. The Dutch followed the Portuguese into India. In 1602, the United India Company of was formed. The Dutch founded the first factory in Muslipatinam in 1605, that is in Andhra Pradesh. They captured Nagapattinam near Madras from the Portuguese and made this place as the stronghold in South India. At first, Pulicat was the headquarters. Later, they shifted it to Nagapattinam in 1690. The important four factories in India were Pulicat, Surat, Chinchora, Kasim Bazar, Patna, Nagapattinam, and Cochin. The English East India Company remained engaged in rivals with the British, Portuguese, and the Dutch throughout the 17th century. In 1623, the Dutch cruelly killed 10 English traders. This incident accelerated the rivals between the two European companies. The Portuguese, who established control over Pulicat since 1502, were overthrown by the Dutch. In Pulicat, the Dutch built a fort, Caldria, in 1613. This fort was once the seat of Dutch power. The Dutch lost their settlement one by one to the English and was completely wiped out by the year 1795. Next, the British. On 31st December 1600, Elizabeth, the Queen of England, granted a charter to the Governor and the Company of Merchants of London to trade with East Indies. The company was headed by the Governor and the court of 34 directors. Captain Hawking visited Jahangir's court in 1608 to get certain concessions for the company. He secured permission to raise the settlement at Surat. However, the emperor cancelled the permission under the pressure from the Portuguese. In 1612, English Captain Thomas Best conflict a severe defeat over the Portuguese in a naval battle near Surat. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir permitted the English to establish their factory in 1613 at Surat. Sir Thomas Roe was sent to Jahangir's court by the King James I of England. He remained at Agra for 3 years and succeeded in concluding a commercial treaty with the emperor. Before the departure of Sir Thomas Roe, the English had established their trading center at Surat, Agra, Ahmedabad, and Bhuj. On the coastal line of Bay of Bengal, the English established their first factory in 1611 at Muslipatinam, Golconda in 1639. The East India Company, its famous factory known as Fort St. George in Madras, which became the headquarters for the whole of the Eastern Belt and first fort built by British. King Charles II of England received the island of Bombay as a part of his dowry from the Portuguese king. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757 and the Battle of Boxer in 1764, the company became political power. India was under the East India Company's rule till 1858, after it came under the direct administration of the British Crown. Danish. On March 17, 1616, the King of Denmark, Christian IV, issued a charter and created Danish East India Company. They established settlement at Chankubar, that is in Tamil Nadu, in 1620, and Serampur in Bengal in 1676. Serampur was the headquarters in India. They failed to strengthen themselves in India and they sold all the settlements in India to the British in 1845. Next, the French. The French East India Company was formed in 1664 by Colbert, a minister of King Louis XIV. In 1667, a French expedition came to India under Francois Caron. France was the last European country to come India as trader. Caron founded the first French factory in India at Surat. In 1673, the settlement of Pondicherry was founded by Martin under a grant from Sheikh Khan Lodi, the ruler of Bijapur. Pondicherry became the most important and prosperous French settlement in India. A fort known as St. Louis was built by Francois Martin in Pondicherry and established a township at Chandanagur near Calcutta. A French East India Company established factories in different parts of India, particularly in the coastal regions such as Mahe, Karaikal, Plasoor and Qasim Bazar. There were a few important trading centers of the French East India Company. Now we are going to European trade centers in India, where all European countries formed their colonies. First one, Portuguese settlement, Diu, Daman, Basin, Goa, Kannanur, Calicut, Cochin. Next, French settlement, Mahe, Karaikal, Pondicherry, Yanam, which came near Andhra Pradesh, Plasoor near Odisha, Chandranagore in West Bengal. Next, Dutch settlement, Nagapattinam, Pulicat, Chinchora in West Bengal. Danish settlement, Tranquebar in Tamil Nadu and Hook and Serampur in West Bengal. Serampur. Next, English settlement, Agra, Ahmedabad, Bhuj, Surat, Bombay, Madras, Calcutta, Hooghly. These are the important places. Remember the points. It is very useful to write the exams. Now last we have a conclusion and recap. First one is a conclusion. Since the Portuguese was eliminated by the Dutch and the later extinguished by the English, the French were left to face the English for control over trade and territories. The French neglected trade and entangled themselves in wars with the Indian and other European powers. The Three Carnatic War ruined the French and regenerated the English to embark on a systematic territorial expansion. The comparative success of the British over the Portuguese, the Dutch, the Danish and the French was largely due to the competitiveness British was able to conquer land easily. Next, we have a small recap. The Blue Water Policy was followed by Almeida. The Mughal Empire Jahangir permitted the English East India Company to establish their factory in 1613 at Surat. French East India Company was formed in 1664 by Colbert. Pondicherry became the most important and prosperous French settlement in India. With this, the lesson is completed. I will meet you again with a new lesson soon. Go through the lesson twice or thrice, and if you have any question, comment below.